Stop everything you are doing right now. What you are about to hear will fundamentally shatter everything you thought you knew about the royal family, the Sussex brand, and the carefully guarded legacy of Princess Diana herself. Just hours ago, a devastating, forward structural shockwave ripped through the elite corridors of California and London alike, leaving Prince Harry utterly paralyzed and Meghan Markle scrambling in absolute, unprecedented panic. The source? None other than Charles Spencer, the 9th Earl Spencer, Princess Diana's fiercely protective brother and the ultimate custodian of the Spencer bloodline. For nearly 3 decades, this man has held the deepest secrets of the late Princess of Wales close to his chest, acting as a silent sentinel over her memory. But tonight, the silence has been violently broken. An explosive, leaked confrontational message from deep within the Spencer estate has just been exposed to the global media, exposing a raw, venomous betrayal that hits directly at the heart of Meghan Markle's continuous public persona. Insiders claim Harry was caught completely off guard, weeping behind closed doors as his entire world fractured in a single afternoon. If you think this is just another casual piece of royal gossip, you are dead wrong. This is an institutional earthquake. Stay tuned, because the mask is officially slipping and what lies beneath is terrifying. To truly comprehend the catastrophic weight of the nightmare unfolding right now, we have to look back at the sacred, unspoken vow that started it all. Cast your mind back to 1997. The entire planet stood completely still as a young, heartbroken Prince Harry and Prince William walked behind their mother's coffin. At the pulpit of Westminster Abbey stood Charles Spencer. Before an audience of 2 billion weeping souls, he delivered a fiery, legendary eulogy that sent shivers down the spine of the British monarchy. He made a solemn, blood-bound oath to the world. He promised that Diana's boys would always be protected, surrounded by genuine warmth, deep compassion, and sheltered from the cold, calculated, exploitative machinations of the global media landscape. For over 25 years, Earl Spencer kept that promise from his historic, sprawling 500-year-old ancestral estate, Althorpe. He watched from a dignified distance, refusing to weaponize his sister's memory for cheap commercial gain. But then, enter Meghan Markle. From the very moment she stepped into the royal spotlight, seasoned royal observers noticed a calculated, highly strategic pattern emerging. It began subtly, a flash of Diana's famous aquamarine ring at the 2018 wedding reception. Then came the butterfly earrings. Then the Cartier tank watch. One by one, Diana's most deeply personal, sentimental pieces of jewelry were paraded in front of flashing paparazzi cameras. Sources close to Althorpe whisper that Charles Spencer's blood ran cold as he watched this unfolding imagery. It wasn't just a tribute anymore. It felt like a systematic, deliberate reconstruction of a ghost. The tension reached a boiling point during the infamous 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview. The soft, manipulative lighting, the heavily rehearsed sighs, the narrative of extreme isolation within a cold, institutional palace. It was a beat-by-beat mirroring of Diana's tragic 1995 Panorama interview. But while the public bought into the drama, Charles Spencer allegedly saw right through it. He watched as his sister's deep, agonizing mental health struggles were repackaged into a multi-million-dollar Hollywood brand. As the years rolled on, the Sussex's commercial empire began to experience a brutal, terrifying decline. By early 2026, their Spotify deal had collapsed into humiliating ruin. Their Netflix projects were getting critically panned as forgettable fluff, and the astronomical costs of their ultra-luxury Montecito lifestyle were threatening to bankrupt them. They were desperate. They needed a massive, global, multi-billion-dollar hit to reignite their fading relevance. And that is when Meghan Markle made the most dangerous gamble of her entire life, a gamble that targeted Diana's sacred memory, and a gamble that would ultimately force Charles Spencer to unleash total warfare. The year is 2026, and behind closed doors, a hyper-ambitious, top-secret project was being pitched to major Hollywood streaming executives. The concept? A massive, multi-part, sensationalized documentary blockbuster explicitly timed for the 30th anniversary of Princess Diana's tragic passing in 2027. Meghan Markle's vision was grand, aggressive, and ruthless. The documentary was designed to explicitly draw a direct parallel between her own public struggles and Diana's tragic life, framing Meghan as the ultimate spiritual successor to the people's princess. But to pull off a historical heist of this magnitude, they needed the ultimate golden ticket: absolute, unrestricted access to the Spencer family archives, Diana's personal childhood diaries, unseen private home videos, and permission to film deep within the private sanctuaries of Althorpe Estate. High-level industry insiders reveal that Harry and Meghan sent a massive, highly formal, legally binding proposal directly to Charles Spencer, completely confident that he would comply out of family loyalty. They expected total submission. Instead, they received total, unmitigated destruction. According to an explosive, high-level leak from a furious staff member inside Althorpe, Earl Spencer read the detailed proposal, his face turning an ash-white shade of pure, unadulterated rage. He didn't call a meeting. He didn't consult lawyers. He sat at his mahogany desk, opened his encrypted phone, and fired back a brutal, forward response directly to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The message read, with chilling simplicity, "Is this a joke? No greetings. No pleasantries. No room for negotiation." Just 4 words that instantly sliced through Meghan's grand Hollywood ambitions like a razor blade. When the text landed on Meghan's phone in Montecito, eyewitnesses claim an absolute screaming match erupted throughout the mansion. Meghan was in a state of sheer, unbridled panic, realizing that the gatekeeper of Diana's legacy had just completely shut the door in her face. But it gets so much worse. Just as Harry was trying to process his uncle's absolute rejection, a terrifying first twist emerged from the shadows. A high-level corporate leak from the streaming platform revealed that Charles Spencer didn't just say no to Harry. He secretly sent an urgent, highly confidential legal warning to the heads of the media networks, threatening a multi-million-dollar intellectual property and defamation lawsuit if a single frame of his sister's private materials or image was used without his explicit, written consent. He completely cut their financial lifeline, leaving the Sussexes trapped in a corner with nowhere left to run. The shockwave from Charles Spencer's brutal, forward rejection spread through the entertainment industry like wildfire, triggering an absolute state of emergency within the Sussex camp. But if Meghan thought she could quietly suppress this humiliating corporate defeat, she was tragically mistaken. Within minutes of the story breaking, the internet completely exploded. An anonymous, highly verified Hollywood insider leaked a series of highly sensitive, frantic emails allegedly sent from the Sussex's PR team, begging Althorpe representatives to reconsider, offering Charles Spencer executive producer credits and tens of millions of dollars in back-end revenue. The response from Althorpe? Absolute, deafening silence. The public humiliation began to manifest in real time across social media platforms. On Twitter, an alleged screenshot of a highly private, tense family group chat began circulating, causing an absolute frenzy among royal watchers. The thread, which rapidly gained over 50 million views in a matter of hours, hinted at an even darker, more sinister reality unfolding behind the scenes. Major industry figures began withdrawing their support for the upcoming 2027 anniversary project. Prominent Hollywood A-listers who had previously aligned themselves with Meghan Markle suddenly started distancing themselves, terrified of being blacklisted by the Spencer estate and the British aristocracy. But then, the second, completely unexpected twist dropped, utterly changing the entire narrative and sending Harry into a state of deep, emotional despair. A high-level source from London leaked a bombshell revelation. Charles Spencer's decisive, ruthless shutdown of Meghan Markle wasn't done in isolation. In a shocking turn of events, it was revealed that Charles Spencer had been in constant, secret, late-night communication with his other nephew, Prince William. For months, the future king and the Earl of Spencer had been quietly aligning their forces behind the scenes, forming an unbreakable, united front to protect Diana's memory from what they privately viewed as Hollywood exploitation. This means Prince Harry wasn't just rejected by an uncle. He was outmaneuvered and completely blindsided by a secret alliance between his brother and the Spencer family. The realization hit Harry like a physical blow. The brotherly divide had evolved from an icy Cold War into a highly strategic, absolute institutional encirclement. Meghan Markle was reportedly left utterly astounded, realizing that her grand strategy to utilize the Spencer name to validate her global brand had completely backfired, leaving her exposed to total industry backlash. The global public reaction to this unfolding drama has been nothing short of a chaotic, highly polarized civil war online. The comment sections of major news networks and social media platforms have turned into an absolute battleground, with millions of users fiercely debating Charles Spencer's brutal, forward response. The hashtag is this a joke instantly trended #1 worldwide, accompanied by millions of memes, intense analysis videos, and heated debates. At RoyalWatcher99 tweeted, "Charles Spencer just did what the palace was too afraid to do for years. He protected Diana's true memory from being turned into a cheap Hollywood reality show. Absolutely legendary move." On the opposing side, a fierce Sussex loyalist countered on a viral TikTok video. Meghan is Diana's daughter-in-law. Harry has every right to tell his mother's story. Charles Spencer is gatekeeping history just to stay relevant himself. This is pure bullying. The division is deep, ugly, and hostile. But it isn't just random internet users taking sides. The media industry itself is experiencing a massive, terrifying fracture. High-profile commentators and television hosts have openly clashed on live television. During a fiery, live broadcast on a major British news network, a prominent royal expert shouted down a Sussex defender, stating, "This is the ultimate death knell for the Sussex brand. When Diana's own flesh and blood calls your ambitions a joke, you have officially lost all moral authority." Meanwhile, inside the corporate offices of Hollywood's streaming giants, absolute panic has set in. High-level executives are reportedly holding emergency meetings to reevaluate their multi-million-dollar development deals with Archwell Productions. An industry insider leaked that major producers are terrified that any project associated with Harry and Meghan will now face an aggressive public boycott organized by furious Diana purists and the British aristocracy. The Sussexes are rapidly becoming financial kryptonite, and the public is watching the slow-motion collapse of their Hollywood dreams in absolute awe. Just when you think this catastrophic royal warfare could not possibly get any more intense, a final, terrifying bombshell has just leaked from the deepest, most secure archives of the Spencer family estate, a revelation so profoundly shocking that it completely recontextualizes the entire conflict. As Meghan Markle frantically attempts to salvage her reputation and patch up the bleeding wounds of her media empire, a trusted, highly placed insider within Althorpe has just dropped a devastating piece of information that has sent absolute panic through Montecito. It turns out, Charles Spencer's brutal, decisive rejection of the 2027 documentary proposal wasn't just a defensive move to protect the past. It was a highly calculated, offensive opening strike in a much larger, secret counter-campaign. The insider reveals that Earl Spencer has quietly partnered with an elite team of award-winning, independent historical filmmakers and investigative journalists to produce his own definitive global documentary project regarding Princess Diana's life, struggles, and ultimate legacy. But here is the absolute kicker, the twist that will leave you completely breathless. This upcoming Spencer-led documentary will reportedly feature exclusive, never-before-seen footage and private diary entries where Diana explicitly discusses her fears regarding the future of her sons, her deep anxieties about her legacy being commercially exploited by outside forces, and the absolute necessity of keeping the family history protected from Hollywood sensationalism. This means Charles Spencer is about to control the narrative entirely, effectively rendering any future Sussex media project completely obsolete, irrelevant, and culturally invalid. When Harry discovered the existence of this rival Spencer project, sources claim he was left utterly shattered, realizing that his own family is about to completely overwrite his version of history on a global stage. Meghan is reportedly trapped in an absolute strategic nightmare. If they try to fight Charles Spencer publicly, They will be fighting the very man who stood as Diana's protector, completely alienating whatever remaining public support they have left. If they stay silent, their commercial brand faces total extinction. The tension is reaching an absolute, unbearable fever pitch. But the ultimate, chilling question remains completely unanswered. What is the explosive, top-secret piece of evidence hidden deep within Diana's personal diaries that Charles Spencer is prepared to unleash to the world if Harry and Meghan don't back down immediately? The chess pieces are set, the battle lines are drawn, and a storm of biblical proportions is about to make landfall over Montecito. This is an absolute, unprecedented turning point in royal history, and we want to hear directly from you. Whose side are you on in this brutal, scorched earth family war? Do you think Charles Spencer was completely justified in dropping those 4 brutal words? Is this a joke? To protect Princess Diana's sacred memory from Hollywood commercialism? Or do you believe Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have every right to share their mother's legacy with the world, regardless of what the Spencer family says? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below right now. Let's get a massive debate going, because the world is watching this drama unfold in real time. If you found this breaking update absolutely shocking and want to stay ahead of every single twist and turn in this explosive royal saga, make sure to smash that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all post notifications. Don't miss our absolute next episode, because we are currently tracking an exclusive, incoming report regarding a frantic, late-night phone call Harry allegedly made to Prince William, begging for a truce before the Spencer documentary destroys everything they have built. You will not want to miss what happens next. Thank you for watching, stay tuned, and we will see you in the next urgent update.